Ndala, ntofunza. Where are your parents? Abekho.
Wow.
Bakuphi? Angibazi.
How long were you alone for?
A month or so. I'm driving a 2-seater Slater now. It's red. And then I received this call. Ezongipora, izongidina le call. Ningibona, nginikitela, angitendi.
King David Studio Podcast.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. God, I mean, by the grace of God, I'm good. I'm healthy.
You're strong.
Yes, and I'm strong. Yeah.
How was if somebody was to meet you along the way and ask you how's life? But injani impilo?
Impilo right, ngiyaphila, ngiyaphefumula. When I wake up in the morning, I thank God for my life and just to see the day, the light of the day, and I say, thank you, Lord, I'm not sick. Thank you, Lord, I'm fine. Thank you, Lord, for my life. I'm okay.
Do you know something interesting about you, Rebecca Malope, is your excitement. You're always happy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
I think I've been angry for a long time.
Yeah.
Broken for a long time.
Yeah.
Then, and when I see the hand of God in my life, I decided to be happy and say, why should I be angry now? I just need to be happy. I don't see anything that can make me sad now, no matter what it is.
Wow.
Because God brought me through some things that really broke me.
Really?
Yeah.
It will be so difficult for someone to believe that last statement.
Yes.
Gore, you've been through things that nearly broke you completely.
Yes.
Because, even when you walked into this office, I had a radio chat with you. You see that laughter?
Yeah.
You laugh like a little child.
I just love it. That's why I'm healthy, because I'm always happy. I just want to be happy.
Do you ever wake up a little...
I'm human.
You're
Sometimes
human.
you feel like moody.
Yeah.
But I don't like that to control me.
You know it, you feel it.
You feel
then
it, yes. I pray about it. God, please don't make me be this negative today. I want to be positive all the time.
Wow.
Yes.
What do you think is a true benefit of positive attitude all the time?
It gives you health. You become healthy.
Yeah.
You don't just get sick. When you are positive all the time, you always get positive energies around you.
Yeah.
And you are able to associate with people easily. You are able to talk to people. Even a child can come to you easily and say, "Hi, Rebecca Malope." "Hi, baby girl. Give Mama Rebecca Malope." And say, "Oh, sorry, Mama. Hi, Mama Rebecca." You know what I'm saying? So people it's easy to battle more close to you.
When you have a smile.
Yeah, you teach people to smile. We've been angry for a long time, guys. Smile is the key to healthy lifestyle. I mean, yeah.
And you said it breaks barriers.
Yes.
The wall is gone. When
just imagine if I was serious.
How, my daughter?
And just remind me, just Rebecca Malope also I'm moody.
Yeah, and what moody doesn't look good.
No.
Doesn't look
But
good.
even myself, I don't like moody people.
Yeah.
And even my children, I taught them that you respect the other person, the other person will respect you. Smile. Give them a smile so that somebody doesn't get, show people life.
Yeah.
This is life.
Do you want to tell us about one of the moments that has made you, a little angry? Or not even angry, but, that almost broke you? And you and I have agreed that you'll only say so much.
So much.
Yeah.
Well, it's when I was left at home alone. Okay. And then because I was not my father's child. Okay. And my father I was not his child.
Yeah. So and you
He
were
took my
reminded.
sister. Yeah, he took my sister and my brother, and they left me all alone at home. And I was very young then.
So when you say took them, what, they moved to a
They
different
moved
place?
to stay with him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was left alone in that forum house. It was a forum house with broken windows, and I was about 9 years old during that time.
When you say left alone,
Yes.
are you
My
saying-
mother ran away that time
How?
because my mother was abused at home by my father. He almost killed her because he threw her in a crocodile river.
Let me understand. You say your father, who was not your father.
He was my father.
Well, technically,
Yes.
he was not your real father.
He was my father, biological father.
Really?
Yeah.
And then?
I don't know why I was neglected, and
So there were other children. You were not the only child.
we three. My
Yeah.
elder sister, my brother, and myself. I'm the last
You're
born.
the last born. You should be
Yes.
the favorite.
Yes, but I was the hated one. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
And the
Maybe it's because I was born in a different way. Maybe it's because I was not normal when I was born. I had tetanus disease.
Okay.
Maybe, and they complained that there's no child like that in the family.
Ooh.
So that maybe that's the reason. I don't know.
How does that disease show itself? What happens to the child?
My muscles were very stiff.
Yes.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. I was in the hospital, and then
Yeah.
I stayed in a hospital for quite a long time. By the grace of God, at the age of 8, I started running.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, God works in miracle
Because I
ways.
know your story has a wheelchair, but I didn't know what the wheelchair was for. I thought maybe there's an accident and you were born that
I
way.
was born that way. I couldn't walk. I was like that child.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't have a wheelchair. There's a next door neighbor, Babu Mkemisi,
Yeah.
who watati pogisi, yabona pogisi, yabona lama pogisi.
Yes.
And then he made a nice box, nje, begging gubu la pagati. Then I
How?
would stay there, you know, and then my sisters would play with me.
Oh,
like that.
bakudonsa nje,
Bakudonsa
badlala
ngale bogisi, yeah.
ngawe.
Yeah, so that's the story.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And now the mother was not home.
My mother was not home.
Do you know your mom?
Yes,
So you lived
I
with your
found
mom?
her.
Yes.
After winning the Children to Fame, I looked for her.
Let's go back to the box. The box is important. I'll tell you why. Because in the box you make reference to being left at home.
Yes.
So in the house it was yourself, your two brother and sister, your brother and sister, and your dad. Who else was
Okay.
home?
In the house, it was my mother,
Okay.
my sister, and my brother. My father was not staying with us.
Okay.
He stayed in town in a flat with his other girlfriend or something.
And were you able to look after yourselves as children?
As children, no, we couldn't.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy because we will be helped by neighbors sometimes. And sometimes we'll eat on dustbins and all of
What?
that. So life was not easy. It was
No.
really not easy at all.
Did you ever understand why those decisions were made for you to be left alone as kids?
We didn't understand until we were adults.
Yeah.
We didn't understand. We really didn't understand. It was really hard. You know, I don't really want to talk about that. It brings
in the book.
bad memories.
Oh, it brings back bad memories, eh?
Yeah, the painful time of our lives as kids
Yeah.
and as children who nobody loved, like nobody cared. So I don't want to talk about it.
Were the neighbors helpful, man?
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them. As kids, I see it goes back to a very bad place in your life. How long? Because they left you. How long were you alone for?
I think it was for a month or so. And the neighbors took me to my aunt. Yes.
And
then I
said-
stayed there because the child is left alone. Yeah.
1111.
Yeah. That's when the rape started, when I was alone at home. Yes.
Was it a neighbor?
Yeah, it was a neighbor.
How old were you?
I was
8,
9 years
9.
old. 8, 9 years old, somewhere there.
Wow, says Ribs.
Yeah.
Yours is a difficult life.
Yeah. That's why I don't like talking about
No,
it.
and I get it. It's
Yeah.
unexpected.
So it's better if people read about it than me talking about it. Because even when I was starting to write my book, just to try to heal, because I've been to places whereby sometimes you would go to church and think that the pastor will see through you, that you're going through some things.
Yeah.
And you are traumatized inside. But nobody will say, because that means my fame overshadowed my pain during that time. So that's why I had to sit down on my own at home and start writing my pain down and
Yeah.
write everything. It was difficult for me to do that as well.
Yeah.
That's why I ended up finding somebody to continue and write it.
It's an interesting one. And the music, where does it come from in your life? When you look back to that time as a child.
My brother, I remember sometime we would be together, just me and my brother at home.
Yeah.
When we are hungry, my brother will be inside. We had a wardrobe yokuzenzela yenziwe ngamaplanka ekhaya.
Yeah.
So my brother will be inside that wardrobe and play that wardrobe, and then I will be singing outside. He'll be like playing drums, and then I will sing. There's a song that we used to sing. We composed that song together.
What does it say?
It's a umaningibona. It's a Swazi song. Don't laugh.
No way. I won't.
Okay, I don't want to cry. I just want to laugh, guys. Come on now. Umaningibona nginikitela angitendi tsakadumgong ngendiwa inhlupheko leyangitfola ngisemncane into enjalo.
What does it say? Because
if you see me suffering like this,
okay,
it's not my fault.
Oh, I'm suffering.
I'm suffering because of the suffering, the problems, the situation that
an original composition.
Yeah, during that time we were young to compose that song.
So now you can release it.
That song
as your first song ever.
That honestly,
because the message is very good.
That's my very first song to compose
ever.
Yeah.
That's why I say you can say there it is. I
think in my book I will have to put it there as a CD.
Yeah.
And when you buy that book, you'll get my very first
composition.
Yeah.
And did you know at that age that there's something inside of you about the singing?
No, I really didn't know. To me, it was like nothing about it.
Nothing. And there was no one around you to even
to tell you about that.
Yeah, exactly.
But because we didn't have a stable place to stay, or nobody cared about us, when I grew up now, when I started working at the farm, and then my cousin joined a Mpakanga group. And then I joined that Mpakanga group then, because now I was living in that farm, a compound, in the hostel.
Yeah.
And then weekends I will go to that Mpakanga group, Pinar, yes, but il velo le Maswati. Then we will. I loved dancing.
We all know it.
Dancing.
We all know.
Yes.
There's a video that's been trending of you dancing in the past 2 weeks.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Oh, you have?
I love it. I just love myself there. I cannot believe I was so young. I was so young. But wow.
So, but tell me about this experience with the Mpakanga group.
It was very nice because we would sing a grounding, like, and sivale ngamasaga yabona, just to close for people to come in, two rands and all of that.
It was really much cheaper than that.
Yeah. And to us it was money.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I will dance and sing there, and then after that, Sunday evening I have to go back to work. Yes.
I want to go back to your childhood a little bit, to your schooling. Did you go to school at all?
Yes, I did.
Because under those circumstances, school tends to be lost.
I registered myself at school because other children used Klababona every day in the morning.
They leave.
Yeah, but with their black and white uniform. And then my age group, and I will every day in the morning I'll wake up and look at them going to school. And then I will cry and think, why not me?
Something is wrong with me.
What's wrong with me? Why can't I just go to school as well? And then one day I decided, no, I'm going to school. Yeah, I just went to school.
You walked in.
I walked into the first class I came across. And the teacher said, "Hey, young lady, what's going on with you?"
Who are
I said,
you?
Nami ngitofunda. Ngitesikoleni. And who are you? Ngeke ngikutshelele igama lami. I won't tell you my name. I've got a nickname though.
You didn't even use Lavderia.
No.
Or what's it? Batsuhi?
No.
Batsuhiye.
No, Batsuhiye, no.
So there's another one. And you probably told me on the radio. I forgot. I'm embarrassed.
Then ungibani igama lakhe. Then I said, "Ngimiss Pepe."
No,
Ngimiss Pepe. Utoyendani la? Ngitofunda. Where are your parents? Abekho.
Wow.
Bakuphi? Angibazi. And that teacher took me to the principal and
Because
fortunately the principal knew my mother.
Ah.
And fortunately they knew my mother's situation as well.
Yes.
And our situation at home. Because most of the people knew our life at home. It was tough.
And it's a small community.
Yeah. And then the principal said, "No, miss a class in." Then I went to the right class.
Oh yes, not
Then
just any class.
they donated uniform just there and there. But the only thing that I didn't have now, it was shoes.
And it's not easy, eh?
Yeah, in winter.
Yo.
Umkenke uyadabuka
Yeah,
lapho.
uyadabuka
And
emuva lapho.
uzoya esikolweni ukhala, inyawo ziyableeda lapha. Yeah, no, it was difficult.
It was a difficult
Yeah,
childhood.
yeah, yeah.
And you schooled all the way to matric.
No, all the way to grade 4.
Yeah.
Then I stopped because I couldn't go anymore. I don't have money to pay.
Because grade 4 is right here. It's
Grade 4,
grade 4.
grade 4 standard money.
It's standard 2.
Standard 2, yes.
Yes. That's nothing.
That's nothing at all. Benginamali yokubhatala school fees.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. I ended up managing ntshontsha imali yamaswiti.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Utishara bekangithengisisa amaswiti. And then ntshontshe leyo mali ke manje ngithenga exercise book.
Yes.
And then uzongena uthisha ofundisa iswazi. I'll use that same exercise book.
For something else.
Yeah. Umaphuma angizodabula le page ngilifihle. The Afrikaans teacher comes in, then I do the same thing.
Dabula.
And then I ended up stop schooling.
And what happens to a child at standard 2? Because after that, you're still a little child.
Yeah, I'm still a little child. I continue ngisebenza at tobacco farm until my sister then I was on land.
At that time, you were alone.
Yes.
And tobacco farm, that's child labor already. There is a lot wrong with
Yes.
it. But it was a job.
Yes.
And you took on that job because you needed to survive.
Yes.
How long were you there for?
From the age of 11 to when I was 14, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Your story is mad.
Then at that time, my sister came in. Until I was 13 years.
This is the older sister, the one that left with your
Yes.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah, my older sister, yes.
Yeah.
Cynthia.
And now she comes back.
And then look for me there.
With what goal in mind?
To come to Johannesburg.
That's
Actually, we were going to join Tenkos Batate, Kanda.
Hey, what tatek?
Yes. Emelo. And
So
then
that story is true.
Yes.
That both of you came to Joburg, Nahaika.
we hiked to Emelo to join Tenkosi. Then to find that Tenkosi's band manje sebasplitila basakho together.
Yes.
And then we stayed komnye umama bathi umama umthwala naye.
So you arrived in MLO with no real plan besides getting 10 goals.
Yes.
Mani ngamtholi sizobona siphuma kanjani.
Umama unkosi, umama uthwala, one of the band members that Tenkosi, umama wakhe wakwathwala.
Okay.
Then wasithatha njengabantwana baka sister wakhe ke manje.
Wathi?
Because we young.
Sithola abantwana.
Yeah, we stayed there for a year.
What?
Yes. Then when I was 14, we came to Johannesburg.
Good to now it's time.
With the whole band, yeah, Denkos now the village. But the Denkos and the village, they call themselves the villagers. Yes.
So at least the plan worked, but not immediately.
Not immediately. We came to Johannesburg, stayed in Everton, and we suffered.
Yo.
We suffered.
looking for gold in the city of gold.
Yeah, that's where we stayed. Nabo mama, the Shona women
Exactly.
who sell. Yes. Maposto. Yes.
So now you are in Johannesburg. That year must have been long though. The MLO year. It must have been a long. But it sounds like you were in a better situation than back home.
Not at all, because it was tough. We had to see, we must see travel, see krevule ukuthi sithole imali yokugibela siletha ama-demo, to bring demos
To
kugalo.
Joburg, yes.
Yeah, and try to get something to eat. Nobody's working. It's a shack, a 2-room shack that they gave us. There were too many boxes of beers there.
Yes.
Empty boxes of beer
in that
shack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we made
storage.
Yeah, we made those empty boxes our bed to sleep on. We ivalo lezi sibeke on top of those bese uzodlala ingubeni bese uyalala lapho.
Yo.
Yeah.
What a time. When you have to write a book.
Yeah, no, it's on the way. I know people have been asking, when is it that you've been talking about this book? There's a lot to tell.
I can only imagine.
There is a lot to tell. When you think you've finished, something comes up. Oh, I forgot to say this.
Do you know, interesting you say that. I had a chat with Ndade Tusomtown. Right there on that very chair. And later that afternoon, because I spoke to him in the morning on a Saturday.
Yes.
Later that afternoon, he calls me. Hey, Tate Mashabe, I have more.
Yeah, you
Because
see?
now he's remembering a lot of the stories.
Yes.
So it's the same with you.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like you forgot something.
Yes.
And I still feel like my life it's not. I got figure cleaning yet.
No.
There's so many things happening.
There's a lot.
Yes.
No, there's a whole 50 years more.
Yeah, the 50 years more. Yes.
That's coming. Let's talk about the adventure of Cynthia and Rebecca coming to Johannesburg.
Yes.
Mqala kuphi?
My sister she was more like a mother and a sister to me.
Is she much older than you?
Yeah, she's the firstborn at home.
Yeah.
She's the firstborn, and the secondborn is my brother, and I am the lastborn.
But the gap your age, is it a big gap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so at least she had that motherly thing about her.
Yes. And then we sat we came, all of us, we came to Johannesburg. Basically 11.
Yo.
But we had a 2-room shack.
How?
So all of us, the 11 of us, we stayed there.
One tiny little room.
Yeah. Then Ubaba, the owner of that shack, would give us some alasha.
Of course, yeah. At least you can be warm.
And we
you
perform a mishatwe nilapa. Yeah.
Were you making something from those weddings?
Not really.
Yeah.
We would perform because Ubaba just uzosipha lokho kuncane until they complained. Good guys, this is a waste of time.
Yeah.
If you don't get a deal, you have to go. You have to go.
And eventually you got a deal.
Shelter to Fame came.
But how did it come about? Because your story reads as if there was someone that you met who said, this lady will be good for Shelter to Fame.
We heard about Shelter to Fame coming to Sharpeville. We went there.
You were in Everton, yeah.
Yes, with the band, with my band and my sister and everybody.
You were probably the youngest in the band.
Yeah, I'm the youngest and the lead singer of the band. And then we sang our Mpaqanga song. And it was a Shangan song. I don't even remember the words. I don't even know what the words were, what the meaning.
What they were saying, yes.
And then went on stage. But
at least you remember the melody.
Something like that. And then Spusizo Zako was there as a judge.
Yeah, that's the name.
And then we failed the auditions.
Oh, no.
And then Sizo Zako came and said, no, man.
You didn't do
You
well.
have a potential.
Not the rest of you.
No, you have a potential.
You're Michael Jackson, not the...
Yeah, the song that you sang is wrong.
Yeah.
It's a wrong song.
Wow.
But you've got a potential. I am Sizo Zako. I write for these people and these artists and these artists. Then that's how we met. And he came to our shack.
Wabona ukuthi
Yes, wabona ukuthi waza namplastic amakhabishi nyana shem.
at least.
Ukuzosinika lapha
Wayibona lenyakanya ngeke isebenze.
No. Wabesathi no. You two must come and join me as Soweto Orlando. Then we ran away, unfortunately.
From the band.
From the band because
There was nothing
There's
here. And there's a better life now.
Yeah, we had to, unfortunately, James, and sorry to those guys. Until today, I'm saying sorry.
Yes, because they obviously remember that time.
Yes, they were angry at us, of course. Then we went to Sizwe. Then we entered the Shelter of Fame again.
Your sister's still right here.
Next to me. Yes. Then we won the Shelter of Fame. My sister was here as my backup singer.
And that was the beginning.
And then we started the first album. My sister was here as my backup singer.
You are now signed to a record label.
To Mike Fuller Music.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
And now life is a little better.
Better because now I've got money. I won the Shelter of Fame.
Do you remember the prize?
14,500. It was a lot of money.
You could buy a house.
I was a millionaire that time.
Yes.
And then now, the first thing that we thought about was, okay, we've got money. We cannot keep on staying conflating. Rent is expensive. And first, we need to look for our mother.
Oh,
Where
yes.
is our mother?
Yes. Because now you can think about other things now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that Mama left during that time, I was young, and now I'm old, and now I won the Shelter of Fame. I'm becoming a superstar, really.
Your
and
TV.
I don't know where my mother
Your mom is. Yeah.
You know, in my mind, my mother died.
Do you know where your father is? Your sister.
I didn't care about
Yeah,
that.
but your sister does. I assume.
My sister does.
Yeah, but you don't.
I don't care about my father.
Yeah.
I care about my
Your
mother. My
mama.
mother
Yes.
really, my mother died.
In the Crocodile
River.
River, as they say.
No, but rumors come. Oh, your mother is alive. And then one day we went to a festival. I was singing a festival in Lion Lager Festival, and I've got my album.
Those very big festivals.
I'm singing now.
Yes.
I'm singing now. This old lady came, said, she knows our mother, she knows us, she knows where our mother is.
That's amazing.
And we couldn't believe.
And at the time, you were not actively looking for. You were, but she didn't know you were looking for your mother.
She just
She
came
was
because
just
there was a festival, and my name was there, Rebecca.
Jeez. So the surname Malope, whose surname is that? Your dad?
Yes, it's
Because they were married, yes.
Yes, in Malope, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And however, as you know, he didn't raise you. Did the meeting with the lady lead anywhere?
Yes, we found our mother. From being a Christian woman to somebody that we didn't recognize.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody that we really didn't recognize. Then we didn't leave her there because Liana na dula koskangeni lan.
Yes.
She was still hiding from my father.
From the father.
Yeah, she was still hiding in hiding. So we had to take her out of that bush and then go Sikashana all over Soweto and all over until I bought her a house in Spruiteview.
Did she recognize you both when she saw
cried.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, my sister was older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was young, but a mother is a mother. Mother
Obviously.
knows her children.
And you also recognized it, so that's our mom.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Do you recall that day very well when you saw her? Do you remember it?
I was shocked. I didn't say a thing. My sister spoke. I just looked at her. I was just looking at her. I just couldn't believe.
What were you thinking?
This is the woman that they said she died.
She died.
Every time they will swear at you, they will tell you, you will die like your mother. The one that died at the
Crocodile River.
Yeah.
But who started that story?
The families.
For what?
I don't know. I think they didn't like us.
Yeah.
Maybe they hated us so much. Or maybe they hated my mother.
For whatever
because
reason.
my mother was a Christian and non-Christian this side.
Okay.
Yes, maybe.
So she was the odd one out. She was different from everyone else. So her disappearance, they then created the story.
Your mother died.
In a Crocodile River.
If you speak about this, you'll die like your mother. We'll kill you and throw you there.
But you knew she wasn't dead.
No, I thought she was dead. Remember, I was young.
You know, yes.
Yeah.
Until what? Your sister said
My
no.
sister knew my mother was not dead.
dead,
Yes.
yeah.
Because I was staying with these wrong people,
Hey,
they always told me that.
the story of her passing.
After the abuse, they will tell you, if you talk, we'll
Yeah.
kill you and throw you at the crocodile river,
Like your mother.
like your mother. And even the day when I was rescued by that old woman, because they wanted me dead.
Yes, the old lady that took,
rescued me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's when I ran away, go to the farm, then end up in Johannesburg.
So you've been independent for a very early age.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
and by that I mean able to look after yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
From a
Very, very early age, which is unusually young.
Yeah.
Because at 8, 9, you're too young,
Too young to take care of yourself.
and you were able to eat.
I remember a friend of mine, Spiwe. I had two friends. Spiwe will begachontsha ama-orange ekhaya kubo. Ama-orange umamakhe used to work eKarino endaweni yama-orange.
Okay.
So Spiwe uzotshontsha ama-orange anginikeze
Akulethe,
ukuthi ngidle.
yeah.
Ukhulumile naye uzotshontsha. Sometimes isinkwa ekhaya azongilethela ukuthi ngidle. I remember those, they were my friends.
Wow.
They still alive.
Do you still know
When
them?
I go home, we see each other. Hey, Mngani, you know.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You know, what has that done to the Rebecca that we know and see today?
It made me strong. That if I have survived that, if a lion didn't kill me there,
Yeah.
or a snake didn't
You know,
do, or whatever, or a wild dog didn't
Yeah.
kill me, then God is alive.
that's true.
God is alive.
You
God
are
is there.
a living testimony.
Yes, God is alive.
So your words in your music is always a reflection of your life.
Yeah.
In its truest form. You're not imagining things.
No, God is alive.
How?
God saved me.
No, yeah, like you're
He saved my life.
completely. Do you know? I'm in awe of your story because the details that we read are very light. Like we are reading just the little top part of it. There's so much more.
There's more.
I want to go to the music. Here's Rebecca, who's now a little famous.
Yes.
Just a little famous.
Yes.
Taking mom from the bush.
Yes.
Bringing mom to where? To the flat.
No, we're hiring a room manje ko Soweto, Orlando East,
Back room.
Orlando West, go the back room, Pofoslo Ras, the back room, you know. We all stay in one room with our mother.
Yeah.
And then we go to work, we come
And
back.
she's getting happier.
She's getting happier because now she is able now to eat
Yeah.
nicely. She's able to be with her kids.
Yes.
And then she's able to get what she wants. She's able to get a new dress,
Yeah.
you know, to wear.
And shoes.
And shoes and all of that.
I guess.
Yeah,
You know?
and get her makeup and look
Wow.
nice, you know. And then she was happy.
And at that time, you were still younger than 18.
I'm young.
And you're performing.
That time I was 19 when
Yes.
now we with
Your mom.
Yes.
Was there an album done at that time?
I mean now so cheating zobathola bangenza iparo.
Yes. Nzobatolo,
Bangenza iparo, yes. But ngihamba ngama-taxi trying to put money together so that we can have our own place to stay. Then my first royalty, I bought a house.
That was big royalty.
It was not big because
Actually, things were slightly cheaper.
yeah, because my deposit was 6,000.
For the house.
6,800, yes.
For the house.
For the house, yeah. And the house was about 60,000, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Don't you want to go back to those days when things were 60,000?
We want to go back because now we don't get that.
No way.
No, we don't get
No.
Not even a forum house.
Even an RDP house is not 6,000.
No, it's about 200 and something now.
That's amazing, eh?
So my house is still there in Sprayview.
Who lives in it now?
It's my brother.
It's still there. The
Yeah.
house you bought with your first royalties.
My first royalty, yeah.
Jeez. And here it is now. You buy a house. Do you remember the feeling or that you felt from earning such a lot
The
of money?
first time we went to that house, oh man, my mother cried.
Wow.
the first word that he said, I cannot believe that I've got my own place to stay.
Amazing, eh?
Here I am in my own house.
And it's a 4-room house.
No, it's not.
It's even bigger.
It's a 3-bedroom
Oh,
house. There's a
yes.
dining room now, a lounge now, and a nice kitchen. And then now I had to buy nice furniture now. I enlarge now, I kulisa, and then make it nice. and make it nice, yeah.
Do you know we are not taught to be responsible?
No, I was not also taught to be responsible. Yeah.
And you happen just to be like that.
Because I can't sleep outside anymore.
True.
I can't eat my dustbins anymore.
No.
I don't want that life. That life is harsh. That life is not nice. I don't want to see I need the love of my mother. Yeah. I need to go home after work and say, Mom, I'm hungry. Oh, yes. Mom, I've got a stomach ache. And
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
Yes.
I need somebody to say to me, thank you, my child. I love you. I need somebody to say, I love you.
Yeah.
That's my mother. Only my mother can do that for me.
That's true.
Yes.
Eh? And there she was now. She's home.
When I come back from work,
Malope,
I will find a beautiful, nice, hot soup. When I wake up in the morning, Becca, my mother used to call me Becca. Becca, naliti amvanam. That. Yeah.
Where's your sister in all of this?
She's around. She's with me. She's with us.
For me, your sister, they say in life, all we need is just one cheerleader, one person who believes completely in us. And I have a feeling she's that person. Yeah.
She was that person.
Jeez.
She was that person all the way.
And her singing compared to you, because, with brother and sister as a group.
I think mine was a little better.
Yeah. But she was always around.
Yes. But, there are singers that are meant for, good singers, that are meant for being just at the back. And
that's true.
Be backing vocalists.
That's true.
And there are singers that are meant to lead the front, yes.
And those roles, you can do them individually as people very well.
And they're both important.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Interesting. That's how I see my radio career.
Yes.
Because I'm one of the guys at the back and I'm fine. I'm fine with that. And now you are Sprayed View. What happens with your music career? The first album is doing well.
Yes.
You're probably performing a lot.
Yes.
Which is why that video is trending.
Yeah.
Because people... Have you seen that video?
I've seen it and I laughed.
Ooh, Chaivaga.
I laughed. I said, oh, Rips and Rips. They used to call me Twinkie that time.
You were tiny.
Yeah, that's where the Rips and Rips, spare ribs come from.
Oh, that is spare ribs.
Yeah, Kansas City.
That is spare ribs.
At my spare ribs.
And the industry at the time had, because your sound is very similar to Ayashi Samateki.
Yes.
Konjuban.
Messi
Pakela, of course. Your sound is very Messi Pakela, is very Brenda Fassie, very early Brenda Fassie.
Yes.
And that was the sound at the time, right?
Yes.
Who produced that music?
Sis Zako.
Wow.
It's Sis Zako who wrote all these songs and produced this album. And this album that we're looking at now.
We'll come to it because it's not the first album.
Yeah,
this is the Change album.
The Change.
Yeah. And your career, your performances, I told you even on the radio that there's a cousin of mine in Soshanguve who took a picture of you, of the very, very young, before gospel Rebecca Malope. Do you miss the before gospel Rebecca Malope? Because there is a before gospel Rebecca Malope.
Not really that much.
Yeah.
Because I think during that time I was seen as this happy, bubbly, but inside I was hurting. So gospel made me to be able to express myself better and tell my story through song.
Yes.
Yes.
So that Rebecca was, you were hiding.
Yeah, that Rebecca then was forced by a record label.
Of course, yes.
The record label said, no, you can't do gospel, join them.
And did you want to do gospel even then?
We started with gospel.
Of course
we won
you
the
did.
Charlotte to Fame with
With the
a gospel song. We sang gospel before I recorded an album.
All of those.
It was a gospel song. We sang those songs in nightclubs.
But what inspired gospel in your life? You did say you grew up in a Christian environment.
Yes.
rather a Christian mother, but not necessarily a Christian environment.
My grandfather was a bishop
That's
of
why.
a Swedish church. Yeah.
So the word of the Lord was
Was
around
at home.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my mama in a mission house where the family was very Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the Swedish church is called now Alliance Church.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
founder of that church is my grandfather.
Amazing. So you didn't have a choice.
No,
musically.
Musically, but still deep inside, I couldn't tell my story better jumping up and singing.
That's
But
true.
when I sit down and write that song, you write your feelings out, and it's somebody that you know it will relate with somebody somewhere. So gospel to me was part of my healing journey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Tell me about how many albums did you make before gospel? Now the record label.
Yes,
Rebecca.
it was cheating zobathola bangenzi paro, Majimeni, Saturday night.
Groove nje.
Yes, Gojitini, you break my heart. Buyani. I think it's about 5.
That's
5.
a lot of albums.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
And they all did as good
all-
as the first one.
Yeah, and Buyani was like amazing.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. But now with Buyani, all of them had a gospel song. All of them had a gospel song.
You always wanted to hold
Yes.
one in.
And then Boy Tembalam, the Izonozam, they come from those disco albums. And then Buyani was more now changing a little bit to gospel now.
You are moving slowly.
After Buyani, then came Rebecca Sings Gospel.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Here
oh,
it is.
man. I look so young and innocent there.
You know, we're going to play videos of how you reacted. And they were taken with an iPhone, how you reacted when you first saw this album.
Yeah. Yeah. I love myself. Yeah.
You have not changed a little bit. Let me tell you. You're still the same exact young person. You really are.
Oh, Rips. These are good days. I remember the first time, when we started, I remember the first time I heard my song on radio. And then, so I don't know who was talking to me. I said, I'm listening to myself on the radio. Amazing.
So even that moment of, we take it for granted. I have a little thing I do on my show called Soon to Be Famous.
Yes.
I ask people who are recording music to
Yes.
bring their songs, make sure that the song is registered with Samro.
Yes.
And then I play it. I played for a week.
Yes.
On the radio. I talk to them on a Monday, and throughout the week,
Yes.
we play the song over and over again, because the power of radio is if you hear it over and over again, you get used to it, and then you start liking it. That's what generally happens.
Yes.
So we've been doing it for the past 2-3 years or so, and I will, because I'm not a musician, I will never understand how it feels for a musician to hear their song for the first
It
time.
feels so good. It feels so good. You don't understand. I don't know how to explain the feeling, but it's like, oh my God, my song is playing on the radio. Then you want to hear what they say.
Every word. Oh yeah, what the DJ says.
And then after that song, you will go. You can. Let me talk about me.
Yeah.
I'll talk to everybody just to hear them saying we hear your song on the radio. And then I'll go to a taxi because ngigibela taxi that time. And you'll find them in a taxi. Iyadlala kudlala ingoma yakho. Abantu, hey, nangu sihlanayo Rebecca Malope. It feels so good.
Wow.
So good until they stopped me going ngigibela taxi, but
Aboba, record label.
Yeah, record label Peter Tlari.
But no.
You're getting famous. You can't be Emma Texan, man. They bought me a car, a BMW 323.
Your first car was a BMW.
Yeah, a 323.
And it's a E what? The first ones. The Gusheshe era.
Yeah, the Kusheshe ones. Bangithengela yona.
Bushisa moswele.
Ngafunda ngayo ngishayisa everywhere.
Wafunda nge-BMW, nge-Gusheshe.
Driver.
I can't believe you.
Yeah, but then it was fun. It was fun.
You are now aware that life is better.
Yes.
Life is okay.
It's better.
Yeah.
And we're happy at home. Now we can have sit in a table together and have dinner. With my mother and my family and my siblings, and
Where was your brother?
my brother, we were to bring him.
You went and fetched him.
Yeah, because my brother had a problem with his knees, joints, my joints.
Oh, okay.
All the joints. So we had to bring him in so that this side he can attend doctors as well and stuff.
And ahlale nani,
Ahlale nathi, siyalamana, I come after him,
You know, yes.
We were that close, yeah. We were very close.
Are they still around?
They passed on.
Even your sister?
My sister passed on. My brother passed on. My mother passed on.
Oh, no.
My father passed on.
How?
But I forgave my father.
You did?
Yes. I received a call one time.
From him?
From a neighbor saying, your father is sick. Your father, things are not doing well. I was very angry. I didn't understand why they called me.
Yeah. How long ago is this?
That was, I'm famous now.
Yes.
This is after Rebecca sings gospel. I'm really famous now. And I've got a slatter now. Remember, I'm driving a 2-seater slatter now. It's red.
What car is it? Is it a BMW?
It's a Mazda. It was a Mazda.
X5.
X5.
Oh, yes.
Mazda
X5.
Yeah, that 2-seater.
You were cool.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Yes.
And then I received this call. Your father,
like that.
ngithi manje wayini ufuna mina? But something said to me, nah, man, go there. Maybe you'll find the answers you're looking for now.
Those very
because
important
these questions don't stop. They're always, when I'm alone, they come back. But why did he do this?
That's it.
You know? So let me go and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Why? And when I left home, my mother in Sprayview, I didn't tell anybody where I'm going. Because my mother was going to be very angry.
Of course.
Good, what?
Why? What do you want with this man?
Now? Yeah. Then I said, Mama, you practice and not put practicing for a new CD. My mother doesn't know anything about this. She knows that we're doing music. I drove from Johannesburg to Nelspruit alone.
Oh, he was in Nelspruit, yeah.
Yes, at home. And then I went there. It was dark. I think figuring about my 8 in Tambam.
Yeah, my daughter.
It was dark. Knocked at his window.
Wow.
It's me, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Who? Oh, I remembered. Oh, by the way, try look busy almost pepepe like just pepepe. What? Oh, yeah. I had to open the door, and he came in and opened. Ngathi khanyisa.
Yes, boy.
Wathi anginaKhandlela.
Oh, my daughter.
Ngathi wow. All right. So what do you want with me? Why do you call me? I was angry.
Jeez. I can imagine, eh? Where was he exactly? At that very house?
Home, at the very house.
That you were left alone in?
No, he moved.
Okay.
He changed that house and moved to another house.
Yeah.
He swiped, I don't know how, with somebody else,
And there he was. How was that conversation?
Then I went by amakhandlela for him, I came back.
Yeah.
Khanyisa. He was shaking. I've never seen somebody like
shaking.
I think remembering what
I was about to say shaking because he's sick or shaking because his own issues.
Yes, he never expected me to come there. But we spoke. What
was the one question that you asked and you feel he answered?
I asked, who's my father? And he said, I'm your father.
And that was an important question.
And I look like him.
Yes.
And I'm short like him. Everything. Unfortunately, I'm a woman.
Yeah. But you look like him.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Then I said, oh.
You said...
So why did you do what you did?
Yes.
He asked for forgiveness. He's sick now. And I look at him. The situation was terrible. And I didn't like it. He's my father.
True.
Yeah.
As angry as you were.
But he's my father.
Wow. And
I forgave him for the sake of myself.
Did you forgive him in that moment? Because a lot of people would take time to come around. Did you forgive him in that moment?
I said I forgive him at that moment, but not really.
Yeah. You were still dealing with it.
But the fact that he said, I'm your father, I was happy. And for the fact that he said, he asked for forgiveness, I was happy to hear him say that.
Did he ever answer the question why he did not take you with? Because that's an important question.
He asked for forgiveness.
Yeah.
He said, I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong. I'm sorry. He just kept on saying, I'm sorry.
Was he aware of the famous Rebecca?
He was playing this.
How my thought? The cassette.
The cassette on this radio battery.
So he had this.
Yeah.
What?
It was another, because he would come to my aunt's place and he knew what was going on.
Okay, he knew what they're fine
the abuse
somewhere.
there.
Yeah.
And then he didn't do anything about it. And then, but he was playing my CD, my record, my cassette.
So he was proud of you.
Yeah, he knew I was his child.
That's incredible. How life turns around. How long did he live for after that?
After that, I came back and I said to my mother, my mother was worried now. Where is this girl? Hey, Mama, where do you come from?
So you did this secretly for a while?
Yeah. And no, when I had to come back and tell my mama where do I come from, because I didn't sleep at home now.
No, okay.
And she's worried now.
Yeah, okay.
And phoning me, where are you? Where are you? Then I told her that I'm from Nelspruit to see. Hey, she was angry. I said, I had to sit her down and talk to her and said, that man is sick. And that man is still your husband. Mm-hmm. And you guys not divorced, remember?
No.
Anytime he dies, you remember whether you like it
or not. Yeah. So you can't pretend he doesn't exist.
He exists.
Did your mom accept any of this?
For the sake of us, he did.
Yeah.
She did, Shem. She did.
Let's just move on.
And then I brought him Mona.
I
invited my father to spread you. Hey, life was like, I was like, what have I done now? Because my mother was so angry that she left.
Wait a minute. Did you invite him to come and live with
Not to
or
visit,
just to visit? Yeah.
Visit.
And he came.
Oh.
It
was a wrong move.
I like how you admit it was a wrong move.
My mother was angry. Then she left and go and hire a back room somewhere in Eldorado Park.
Your mom?
I had to take my father back so that my mother can come back home.
How long did he visit for that your mom
a weekend,
You'll see this.
I don't want to be with this person next to me.
Have they ever been next to each other?
Yeah, as time went on, my mother came down.
Really?
And then my father will come and visit.
And
yeah.
Shit.
Look at them both.
Has your mom told you any of the stories related?
Yeah, because we asked her why she left. We wanted to hear from her.
That's true.
Instead of other people telling us stories. Then she told us. She told us everything.
Yeah, it wasn't a good place.
No, it wasn't.
So she left all on her own. She wasn't.
No, she was
away.
thrown there and survived. A certain truck helped her because they saw her crawling
on the street.
Yes.
And they stopped.
Red, bloodied like this woman. They took her to the hospital. From the hospital, that's when she ran away.
Maybe they did think she was dead.
Because my babone lo mama lo
No. It's the people who threw her out.
No. My mother came out of the
bush.
The river.
Yes. So the river part of the story is half true.
Yeah.
Except for the part that she didn't die.
No, she didn't die.
Yeah.
Wow. My father thought she died.
Yes. So the story they knew probably was true according to them.
To them, because my father had somebody else. I think she really wanted to get married and to kill this one and get married.
Yes. Yo, enyamsava. Wafaninu baba. I'm just curious to know at what stage of your life.
My father died 95.
It's a while now.
Yeah, 95, because he was sick. Yes.
Wow, man.
Then we buried him after
as a family.
As a family, my mother stayed comatrasing.
Wow.
Yes.
Where was the other lady?
The other lady is there with 2 kids from my father.
Your father.
And the son, Wanabona Wamishiman. Nadula liruna, blind.
That's incredible. Do you know the interesting thing about this story is that you forgave? Completely.
It was good for me to forgive because I was gonna be. Ha ne ke so tshwarele motho, ka be ke na le pelo e mpe.
Yeah.
I would have too much hatred, so I didn't want to be like that.
It's an interesting thing that you, even the son, you said, whatever, bring everything.
Polani, we used to. He was just a very good young boy. He doesn't know anything.
No,
it's not his fault.
no.
And we've got a sister also, Dumsile, who stays with her mother.
Are they still around?
They're still alive, yeah.
And you
And the mother, the mother, Mawabona Liwon, still
you
alive.
met her, you're fine.
Yeah, and Kolani passed on as well. I went to that woman's house and I buried her son.
That's, yeah.
Because we were close with the son.
Yes. You became a very close family.
Yeah,
I want to go back to the music, to Rebecca Sings Gospel.
Mm-hmm.
How did the album do? Because this was a surprise, though. It was different.
It was the biggest selling album ever. Wow. That from the pop, my sales went even higher.
Yeah.
From here, yeah.
Did you find any resistance from the record label when you said,
no,
I'm doing
this
a
time,
full
remember,
album?
we were superstars. We were big now. The record label can't say anything. Now
Yeah.
we can tell them.
You can say
we
no.
want to do this now. And then they said,
Said,
yes,
okay.
even people loved our gospel.
Yes.
I can say most of them bought our albums because of the gospel songs inside.
So they recognized that.
Yes.
How competitive was the gospel scene at that time?
There were no competition. It was only Rebecca, man. There was no competition, honestly. Yeah, no.
And it was still an era of all the disco music.
There was gospel, but
Yeah.
the gospel that we had that time, it was clap and tap.
Okay, yeah.
Madodana Seweseli,
Yeah.
Barori Siba Morena.
Okay.
It was not this.
Material that, yeah.
Now we came in with different style of gospel, which is Nati, we called it a traditional gospel.
What inspired this type of gospel? Because there was little to learn from. What made you want to do this type?
It was easy for us to relate to this sound. And
nearly the feel in some way.
yeah, not really. We didn't do much of the filler.
Yeah.
We would write.
Okay.
Sometimes we would sit down with Pusizo. When I talk about my story,
Yes.
sometimes Pusizo will come up with a song.
I'd say,
oh no, sis, are you serious?
let's see. What's
Yeah, Pusizo. Okay, sis, man, yazini. Hey, Thixo mkhulu sis.
and then
Uthando lwami kuwe, lohlala luhle, Yes.
Look at some of the songs here.
Some of the songs, Uthando lwami, Inkosi iyeza, uzondisindisa.
Do you still perform any of those songs?
Uthando lwami, I perform, Uthando lwami, I still perform it today because sometimes you just don't walk out of stage without singing the song. People, Uthando lwami, so I sing Uthando lwami until today. Naipi futhi. Posicela ukuthula, I still sing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sabata with Benjamin Dube was written by Pastor Benjamin Dube.
Wow.
Masi bulele gu Yesu.
Yes,
It's a hymn. Masi bulele gu Yesu.
Okay. Jeez, man.
Inkosi iyeza, from a distance. Yeah.
Pastor Benjamin Dube has remained consistently on top of the gospel scene for a long time.
Yes, yeah.
How big was he then? When you remember?
He was. I really then I didn't really mind.
Yeah.
I didn't really check who's big.
It was
it was just me. I just wanted to sing. I didn't. It's not like today when we check who's big now in the game.
I'm a follower.
No, we didn't. I didn't really check that.
Yes.
I was pleased to have a pastor writing a song, a pastor that I love.
Wow.
Writing a song for me, and it was amazing.
Because he's one of those that stayed really great. Consistent.
Yeah.
And his performances have been amazing.
Amazing. Yes.
Wow. The stuff that he does in the East End.
Yes.
Those are big shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now, after this album, you are now a gospel artist now.
Yes.
It disco. I say
Kid Disco. I must change now.
Completely.
I must stop wearing short skirts. I used to love wearing trousers too much. Now I must stop wearing trousers. le dikepisinyana mo like
Yes.
so I must start being collected you apare yanong like this suit
You know,
yes. No, there was a change, yeah.
There was a
huge
clear change. You were aware that
yes,
now,
yes,
yeah,
this is a change that I must do now. Yes,
and you will not compromise. It was a collective decision.
Yes,
Record label.
yes.
And as you said,
not like a record label as such.
Yeah.
Us, me
Yeah.
and Caesar, we had to sit down.
Yeah.
You know what? We leave the disco behind. When we leave disco behind, we leave everything about disco behind, even dress code.
Who else was Caesar working with? Do you remember?
It's me, Caesar Zako, Jabun Kabinde,
Okay.
Pastor Jabun Kabinde, Bob Bones,
Okay.
Abo, David Segal,
So there were
Abo Richard Michel.
So there were other artists in the.
Those are engineers.
Yes, yes.
I'm an artist as backup singers.
Yeah.
Bewa maningi bo Mandisa Dlanga.
But you remain the main artist.
The main artist.
For
Those were
Caesar.
session musicians.
Yeah,
that
they would
we
come
used
and
to
go. Yeah.
bo Mandisa Dlanga, Deborah Fraser.
Yes, of course.
All
And
of
some
them.
people out of all of that became stars on their own
Yes,
because Deborah
yes.
Fraser became a star.
Yes.
I want to move fast forward to the many albums because you've made a lot of albums.
Yes.
Consistently, one after another. Did you time them, say one every 2 years, one every year, or you just released when you felt like it?
We just released when it's time to release.
Yeah.
We know with disco we will release maybe twice a year. And then with gospel, it's every year you need to give up.
So you are aware of that.
Yes,
You have to keep this.
Every year, because the contract says that the record company demands that every year we've got to have an album from you.
So you're saying every year you release. So that means it's a lot of albums.
Yes.
Do you know how many you are
36.
now? Hey.
I got 36 albums.
What? Says Ribs, you're a rock star.
36 is a lot.
Those are Lionel Richie's and Luther Vandross's who have 36 albums. Is there, it's very tricky to ask a mother if they have favorite children, but I will try.
Yeah.
Are there children of the 36 that you always think back and say, that was a special moment? Because 36 is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a very difficult question to ask, but let's see if you
each
answer
and
it.
every album in me has its own special
Okay. Yeah.
place. Everyone,
Yes.
I love all of them because they are all different. They've got different message. They work differently to me and other people as well. Yeah.
You become a household name. You become literally the queen of gospel.
Amen.
The queen of gospel.
Hallelujah.
South Africans, everywhere you go, they see you, they recognize you. What type of life is that?
It's nice for people to love you and know you and appreciate you. And
Yeah.
everywhere you go, they know you. But sometimes it's quite a difficult life because now you're not living your own life. You must be careful on how you live your life, and you must be careful. You must be careful. You cannot just go on your own anymore easily. You must always have people around you. I want to go shopping. Now, sometimes you go to a shop, you have to spend another 5 hours before choosing what you want to do because sometimes you can uzuphume e-shop ungathenganga nix because our toll is cuts of thenga.
It's not easy.
It's not an easy life, but it's good because it shows people love you, but it's not easy because I cannot live like anybody else. I cannot just go to and say, namhlanje ngifuna ukuyohlala nje eNandos and eat.
We won.
Yes.
Or nechomi yakho nje.
Yes, yeah.
You can't do that.
So it's challenging.
Do you try to still do those
I
things?
I do. I remember one time I was walking around Sentin ngifuna ukwenza shopping nje, and then I put my cap on, my tekis and my what.
Do you try to hide?
Yes, and this other lady said, "Oh, shame." No more hospital, we can see you, Rebecca.
That's funny. At our shame.
So, we love that, we appreciate that, but the lifestyle, sometimes you wish you can be like a normal person on the street and yeah.
How then? What do you do then?
It needs you to be matured enough to understand that this is the industry I'm in, and this is, and the industry is
Yeah, you must
it's
just
not a
accept
problem.
it. Yeah,
it's not a problem. It needs you to be ready.
True.
To it for that time.
Is it easy for others not to be ready for it?
It's not easy for others to be ready for it.
And what happens based on your experience of seeing others?
Baba frustrated. A lot become frustrated. There was a time I was frustrated also until I became mature and say, this is the life. This is how I'm going to live. I need to accept this, and that's it.
What frustrates you the most? Just being a normal person.
Just you're not yourself.
Yeah.
You are seen as a celebrity all the time. You are seen as this person on TV. Yeah, Dr. Rebecca Malope.
Dr. Rebecca Malope. Yeah.
So, Baba, they worship you, and you feel like a bit small when they do that. And it's a different life altogether. It's a different, I can make an example. That life even destroyed Michael Jackson, because that life was...
That's true.
It's not a normal life. It has destroyed even Bob Whitney Houston, Bob Brenda Fassie. Mm-hmm. It's not a normal life.
And you are aware of it.
Yes.
What made you aware of it?
Because I've seen and read about stars who are affected by that kind of life. Fame. Fame is nice, but it's dangerous at the same time. Yeah.
I asked this, because you don't speak much of mentors and people who are guiding you. It almost sounds like you had to figure it out all on your own.
Because those people I lived around and see famous and people.
So you were learning by observing, really.
Observing. Sometimes I would listen to Oprah. I love Oprah Winfrey. I would listen to Oprah Winfrey. I will listen to Oprah and read. So sometimes she will speak about things like that, and I'm okay.
Something interesting about your life as well. Education. It has never happened since grade 4.
Yes.
And you just carried on.
Yes, I carried on.
Did you ever at any point think, maybe I could go back? Maybe.
I tried to go back to school, because at that time I couldn't really speak or sign or hear any word in English.
Yes.
And bengne usisithembi mahambe hlala. Uma belungu bakhuluma la mhlambe kunama meetings bazothi sizomthatha manje uzo recorder or uyenza photo shoot. We have to have system le ozothi Rips bathabelungu ngoku. Kuzohanjwa kuyoyenziwa photo shoot. Uthini ngalonto?
Hey madoda.
Then mina I will have to say kulungile batshele ukuthi kulungile. Then she will tell them in English. Then that didn't sit well with me. Yeah, good. But whether
they're lying about you, you don't know.
They're saying things that I don't like, I don't know. Then I went to Interman school. There was a school called Interman somewhere. Then for a month, I think. So I had a private teacher. It was expensive then because it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, of course.
You start from R, A, E, O.
How old were you then?
I was
20. You were already famous.
Yes.
So when you were singing that song that we were seeing this week, what is it?
Which one?
No. Now you are a star. You're on stage. What song was that you were singing? Your first album, the hit in your first album.
Cheated.
When you were singing that song, you didn't know how to speak English.
I remember my first interview with Radio Metro.
Who interviewed you?
That's when I decided, I don't remember that guy, but those old...
yes.
Yeah. That was that.
And he's speaking English.
Yes, and they're not allowed to speak any Venek.
No way. Venek,
no, they were not allowed at all. And then, so tell us, who is Rebecca Malope?
Yo.
I here to promote my first album, remember?
Nothing more.
Who is Rebecca Malope? The only thing I was doing was laughing.
Let's try to do it.
Okay.
We have in the studio at Radio Metro, and this young lady, she got a brand new album
Just
out.
won the Shell Road to Fame.
Just won the Shell Road to Fame. You remember she won 14,500 rands and
Yes.
probably an ironing board. Rebecca Malope is her name. Who is Rebecca? How are you, Rebecca? I know he's sitting there. So, Rebecca, you won Shell Road to Fame. Rebecca, who is Rebecca Malope? Oh no, that must have been frustrating.
That's why I was doing that. Nothing else.
Oh, that must have been frustrating.
Yes. And then he ended up playing just the music of the whole album, man.
Let's play this song. Play
And then after then he go. What's going on?
Oh no, off air. Now he's asking you, can you hear?
Yeah, I can't speak English. I don't hear what you're saying.
But you have to, for a second, blame the record label for putting you in that position.
Maybe the white guys didn't know.
Didn't know. Yeah,
You
they
know,
didn't, yeah.
Or, you know.
They said, no, she'll be fine.
But it was huge for them to get because they bought time.
On radio.
Yeah, and Radio Metro is huge
Of course.
for my album to play there.
Of course.
Yes.
Yo. That must have been the craziest
That's when I
experience.
decided I need to go to school.
So you also felt that
I
that
felt
was
embarrassed.
not right.
It
Yeah.
was- I was embarrassed, laughing. I was laughing, but embarrassed at the same
Yes,
time.
yes. That's a crazy
Then I went to Interman. Then and then I started having a friend of mine. I didn't want a friend who can't speak English.
Yeah. Oh,
I wanted somebody who could speak English.
so you can learn.
Then so that I can learn.
Yeah.
I will try to speak, and then they must correct me.
So even the friends were chosen as Lou.
I chose them.
Awufuni laba, hayi.
And Silo Scott was my best friend. He's the one that really taught me English.
By speaking all the time.
Speaking and buying me books, like
Okay.
little books, easy English,
Okay.
and Oxford Dictionary.
Yes,
If you
yes.
don't understand this, open here, Chan. Dictionary with Zulu and
Okay, and English.
English.
Yabona, Tilo,
yeah.
Gulog. Okay.
Give me a book and say, read and tell me what you read about.
Wow.
He really did help me a lot. And I thank him until today.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to take language for granted, but it was a bit of a problem in your career.
Yeah, because I couldn't express myself. How am I going to travel the world if I can't speak English?
Hey,
But Silo really helped me.
that's incredible.
I thank him until today. Thank you so much.
Yes, because he took an interest. But what made Silo take an interest in making
I think
sure
he felt so sad. He felt bad.
Yeah.
I think he felt bad, Shem.
Jorge, here's this
This young girl, man.
who's doing well.
Yeah, her career is bright and he can't communicate with anybody.
No.
That's not right. Then he bought me this book. We became friends.
Yeah.
He became like a big brother to me. And he used to work for the SABC.
I know.
And he will come and bring books
Yeah.
at Mike Fuller Music. Give it to Rebecca. Give it to Rebecca. Give it to Rebecca. Give it to Rebecca.
And eventually,
Yes, and I learned.
and you could see an improvement also.
Yes, and he will tell me also.
Korea, no.
Yeah.
You're coming around.
Coming all right.
Now, your music being received across the world.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for us, South Africans, no we are not an island.
Yes,
There's an entire planet.
Yes.
Whenever you think about when people started reacting to your music outside South Africa, which country comes to mind first?
I remember we went to, I was still singing disco.
Yeah.
We went to, where was it? What was that place? But it was outside South Africa with Peter Tladi and the Macy Pakelas and stuff.
Okay, as a whole thing.
Yeah, but
because
somewhere-
Peter Tladi always like these concerts.
Yes,
Yeah.
and somewhere outside South Africa.
Yeah.
Then when there were a lot of people. And I was still doing disco. But then I thought Macy was the biggest star
Okay.
because She was big.
She had a
amateke in the way hot.
Yeah.
And then I'm here, the younger one. And then I had to open the show.
Yes, yeah.
I sang, and do other songs and imitate other songs as well, because I don't have a lot of
songs. Yeah.
And they will love them. I will sing them from a distance. People, and then when I have to go off stage, people start, "Where want more?" And then that's when things like
you realize, then
a lot of things happened after that.
and now, do you get gigs before COVID? Because it has changed so much. Do you get gigs outside South Africa?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you pull a big crowd.
Yes, we go to London, we go to Birmingham, we go to a lot of places. People come really, even South Africans outside there. There are a lot of
course.
And sometimes there are places when you come, it feels like Michael Jackson is in town. you like shocked of the crowd.
You're saying some places you're Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we were shocked now. Oh my God.
Do you still get shocked by this though?
Yes, you can't say it's not normal for people to love you that much.
Yeah.
It's not normal. Sometimes umuntu angathi I get used to it, I'm used to it. No, it's not easy to get used to that. Abantu, people are heavy. And you must know that when they love you that way, and some they cry, some they do this.
The meeting with you.
Yeah, the meeting, some they feel like when they touch you, they'll be healed. Ooh. And you find people touching you and say, I'm healed. And you shake, because it's a responsibility that you're carrying. So it's scary sometimes.
Yeah.
There's some they will invite you. You go and sing in that place. I remember the last time I almost got kidnapped at this place outside. When was it?
Not in South Africa.
Yeah. Outside. Is it Tanzania or something? And then they invited me to this church, and then fine. A lot of people were there.
Yeah.
It's like the whole place was there. Wow. And then they called me in the office. The people that invited me say, look, a woman of God? Said, yes, Pastor. I said, so these people, all of these people, they came to see you. Please, even sick people are here. They know if you lay hands on them, they'll be healed. So we want you to tell these people, because me as the pastor of the church, if I tell them to give money, they don't give.
Oh, no.
Tell them to pay from $100 upwards, and you will pray for them, and they will be healed. I said, this is a big betrayal of God.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. Then we had to, they canceled my ticket. We had to run to the embassy, the South African embassy now for help.
What?
So there are those things that we come across sometimes when we are invited, because not everybody is a man of God. Eh?
No.
So we come across those experiences sometimes.
Since we live in those times of what people eat grass, people walk on you and they say you'll be healed. So I'm not surprised you have a story like that.
Yeah.
So you find, I can imagine.
Come. Sunday come, where do you get these powers?
So they say you have powers.
I said, please take me there. There was a pastor I told, I said, don't you know powers come from God, Pastor?
They all come from the same place.
So it's a shame sometimes. People must read the Bible.
Yeah.
People, take the Bible and read it for yourself. Yeah. Don't go there and want somebody to read it for you, because sometimes people are misleading people.
Interesting, because, one of the biggest shows on TV now, it's called I'm a Bishop. It speaks of that very same thing.
Yes, it's true.
So your message really is exactly that
people must read the Bible.
Be careful.
We don't say they must not go to church.
Yeah.
But once you read the Bible and know God, have a personal relationship with God yourself, you will know which one is the right one.
You don't need
you don't need somebody to tell you, I'm here to prophesy you. God says you must give me the money. People, they pray for prayer. They pay for prayers to them, which is not right. Which is not right at all.
What do you give credit for your success. And I ask this question because I think of words like luck that come into play. I think of phrases like right place, right time. And equally, I think of God. But I want us for a second not to speak about the Lord, because that's an automatic power. We know it exists around us. And it's very difficult not to talk about it. But when ordinary people look at you and say, but kuze kanjani? Do you always have the same answer?
You know what? I always have one answer. I don't know. Only God knows.
That's true.
Because He knew me before I was born. He knew what I was going to go through. He knew my name before my mother knew my name.
That's true.
So He knew my destination. So really, I don't know.
There's no other answer.
Because even when I won the Children of Fame, I was not the best singer of all of them, but I won the Children of Fame. You know, the Ringo Madlingos were there, the Lois Obalas were there. I mean, really.
You still won.
But it was for God. It was God.
It was written.
It was
before you even said anything.
Yeah. There's no other way.
The answer is the same.
It's the same.
Yeah. Because it's very difficult for people who say, I pray every day for a better life. And yet my life stays the same.
God answers prayers, but one by one, God knew that you will go through this, and the day I will rescue you and put you out there for people to see. I want people from you. I am there and I exist.
The statement, God answers prayers and everyone has their time, is an important statement.
Yes.
Because we live in a time when we compare our lives with others.
And people don't want to wait. Wait for your time.
Yeah.
It's coming. Wait for it. You might want to give up today. Can't you? Your luck is just, your blessings just right at the door, at your door now.
So there is something to be said about a word we used earlier of consistency in prayer as well.
Yes.
Because you're saying you are giving up. Giving up is giving up praying to God and believing in His power.
Yes. You don't have to give up. Pray, work hard, and wait for your time.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Talking about working hard. Sis Ribs, you are regarded as one of the hardest working artists. But you rest those who know you.
Yeah.
You agree?
I do, because there's no time for if you want to make it and you want to stay and sustain your career or in whatever industry you are in. The hardworking ones are the one that get successful. You cannot just sit back there and be lazy and think, how are you going to make it in life?
Yeah.
You need to work hard in order to benefit.
What do you say to someone that says, but Sis Ribs, you've done enough. You've worked. Your career has delivered.
Yes.
You can rest now. And what do you say to someone like that? Because it's easy for one to say, well, if Natoli millionaire wanting right, you know, and people like Abo Ribs, they still want to continue. You don't stop.
You know, I last year I said I want to retire. Not because I feel like I worked enough, but I feel like I grew up on stage, and I didn't have my family life, like stay with my kids. My kids are raised by strangers, you know, because I'm always on the road and all. And I feel at my 50s now that it's time for me to just calm down a bit. Slightly. Not because I've got enough or because I've got money. No. It's not about that. It's about relaxing and feel yourself. You know your body. My body it gets tired.
True.
You know, I've been jumping up and down all the time.
For so long.
For so many years. And now you can feel that if you jump up, you can feel that your body is getting tired now. So that's why I wanted to retire. But doesn't mean that I will stop singing. It means that I want to cool down just a bit. Just slow down a bit.
If you were doing 10 shows, maybe you'll do 3.
Maybe I will do 3. Or you know.
Do you still hold that decision? Is it still a decision you're happy you're happy with?
Which one?
The one of retiring slowly, of reducing. Because it's very addictive doing music. You want to continue.
Doing music, I won't stop because I've got my studio, but ideas are there. I'm still a songwriter.
Exactly.
I still can play my piano and come up with a good song. I will release songs. But I might not be able to do 10 shows following like that. I might do that 1, 2, 3 shows. Then I need to relax a bit and blah, blah, blah.
Come back.
Yeah, because my body says so. Yeah.
Do you know, it's an interesting thing that because you are still considered like you're working, because there's also a TV show. And a TV show that's been running for a long time.
14 years?
Who has had a TV show in South Africa for 14 years? Unless you're generations.
Yeah, no, it's gospel time.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's been a blessing, Nayo. It was one of the blessings.
In your life, yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the going back to the decision or when the call came to say you're going to do TV?
I was like, oh, Thokozani. Mina.
Thokozani lo mfisha.
Thokozani.
Ngithola le nto, yeah.
TV is for educated people. Come on now. TV is for people who can speak English, who can do this.
So you even tried to talk him out of it?
No, I tried. But he said, Sistrips, you can do it. Don't worry, I'll guide you through.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Until I remember the first episode.
Yo.
It took us from 10 o'clock in the morning to 11:30
at night.
It was terrible.
Paisa.
I can't even read. I can't read the auto cue.
Auto cue is tricky. It takes getting used to.
Until I got used to it.
Manje, which one?
I felt at home.
Which one? Manje, you just...
Manje, we're off air.
Yeah.
Because of
yes,
problems,
COVID regulations, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then, yeah.
But still, you are used to it now.
Yeah, I can wake up, you can wake me up and then I'll say, oh, it's gospel time.
But the action.
Actually, yeah, no.
I'll share it.
It's in my blood.
Action.
No, come on now. Shine is on, I need a laugh.
That's exactly what you do.
Yep.
I think I saw somebody using that also as a meme. I don't know what someone was doing. They show your picture, but on Twitter, but they always play around.
Imitate Angela. They always like, playing with me.
Family life. You have children.
Yes.
Do you have grandkids yet?
Yes.
How old are your kids?
Nomonde is 17.
Okay.
And Nomonde, that's my granddaughter.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Lisedi is 12.
Yeah.
And Kumo is 3.
So that means your children are not small either.
Yeah, my children. My firstborn is 40 years old.
Jeez.
And my secondborn, Nolu, it's about 30 years.
Yeah.
Tandega is 26.
Is there music amongst any of those people
sing.
You mentioned?
Tandega and Noltando, they are good singers.
But are they musicians? Do they want to be?
Not really, but they're very good singers.
Yeah.
I think I discouraged them to do
I'm
that.
about to ask, Kuti, with a mother who's so famous in music, why are they not singing? Because your career can
Because I know
the
the challenges of the industry. That's why I wanted them to go to school. I wanted them to go to school and be educated and go to varsity and finish and start their own careers.
What are they? And they're doing that. Yeah, they've done that. Yeah.
After education, university, everyone, you can go to and be a musician. I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Something that you can fall back to. If you have education, I know because I was not educated what
That's
happened.
True. Yeah. And now you, at home with grandkids, because I know grandkids today, they speak English. So it's long.
They speak English. Go. They call me go.
Go.
Hey,
go.
Bana Baruna.
Go.
Go. I bought you chocolate. Yes, that's Kumo.
Oh yeah, that's the
3-year-old.
young one.
Go. I want banana. And then he said,
yes, who's slightly older.
yeah. Then he's fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll tell him, Sedi, don't speak fast. Gogo doesn't hear. I said, why, Gogo? I'm not educated. Why didn't you go to school, Gogo?
Oh, hell.
So, grandchildren are grandchildren. And why, Gogo, why people, when they see you, they want to hug you and take pictures with you, Gogo? Are you famous?
Oh, that's crazy. She doesn't even know.
He asked me that question. I laughed. That not now, earlier on.
Yeah.
He would be like, so,
Now kind of gets it.
now he knows.
But,
Gogo is famous. Gogo is famous.
Yeah.
So where are you going to do? Are you going to do TV again, Gogo? They say Gogo. So it's fun. It's fun.
Do you know, it's interesting how parents always want their kids to have a very different life from theirs.
Yes.
Because if we were to be honest, Dr. Rebecca Malope's life has been a very successful one. Mm-hmm. Comparatively speaking, and also looking back at where you come from.
Yes.
Your life is worked out.
Yes.
With all those challenges.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you want one of your daughters to get the same rewards in their lives?
I would love them. I want them to, but with education involved. They must. It was important for me. They must go to school and be educated and be able to choose what they are.
So you understand that you didn't have much of.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you didn't have options.
But to sing, I didn't have any option. But to sing. So they do have an option because I am here to take them to school.
That's true.
And give them education. So they can choose whatever. After education, they can
do whatever you
whatever
want.
career they want to do. Yeah.
Your family life now, it has the family you have created, essentially. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like it has a huge extended family. Abu Malume, Abu Banbani, because a lot of us, I have a huge family, both sides of my family.
Yes.
Do you still see the extended side of your family, or you've completely disconnected, particularly your father's side?
Well, not really. I remember that my uncle, I used to visit him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he passed on.
Okay.
And then the other one, we're not really that close.
Yeah.
We speak
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Do you sometimes wish you had that? Because there's these rituals in families. There are all these events, and
I think there was a time when I needed them, and they were not there.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when I was a child. 25 years old when my father died, my sister, my brother, and all of them in a short period of time. I needed them to be there because I didn't know what to do as a child.
Absolutely.
And nobody was there for me. So I felt they disconnected themselves from us.
From you, yeah.
And from myself. So that's why we don't have that close relationship. But still I forgave them.
Yeah. It's it's the best way to do it. If there's a theme of today's recording, it's forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Yeah, forgiveness.
Yes.
I want to conclude, but I want us to, as we conclude, to talk about the life of today, young people today, the future of South African music industry, the challenges that we have also in the industry. You, as a veteran, what do you see?
It's hard outside there today. Our young artists, I feel like the first problem, they come, like all of us, Shem, we come into the industry desperate, want to see ourselves on TV, want to hear our voices on radio, we want to
be famous
and drive beautiful cars. But now, the challenge is when we come in here, we don't have financial support to start our own thing. Then we signed wrong contracts, whereby today it's even worse, where I heard good maje ama artists sapatalo ama salary a month, and then banikwa salary. And then they own the record label, will sign the artist, itati album, even lim own and akma live performances.
Maybe it's a 360, but it's everything.
No.
Even if you sign a contract, Samsung, a record label, ifuna nale.
No, it's not right.
Yeah.
It's with me, we don't know that. I signed with a record label for the album.
Pelalala.
And then after that, who manages me, I choose.
And how much you charge to perform on stage?
That's my baby.
Your business.
It doesn't even get a record label.
Yeah.
So today it's so sad when we hear that labantwana, they are Baba ends up famous, yes, and give them Baba Tengela my townhouse. And Lomtonia believer with this house is mine. This guy is mine. Once you abona gutina lana something is not right, everything is taken. It's a sad story.
Negama.
In Negama.
But
they own even your name.
Even this name is not yours.
It's so sad.
Wow.
Abanye now the baba trainee now they have to start afresh and and it's a sad thing. It's very sad. But what can we say? We always say get a lawyer, but abanye bet you cannot afford to get these lawyers. I don't know what.
Do you sometimes, with what you've just said, think that being talented, particularly in music, can also be a huge disadvantage? Because now you can sing, but for your career to work out.
To be talented, it can't be a disadvantage. It's who do you meet along the way. Record label. How do you negotiate your deals with this record label?
That's still you.
Yes, you know. And you own your name. You must own it.
Yeah.
You must own it. Nobody must tell you, I own your name. You must own your name. You must own your music. You wrote those songs, remember?
So they must be yours.
You spend sleepless nights playing that piano, coming up with a hit song.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is owned by somebody else. That's your
and they were sleeping.
And they were sleeping. You come up, I've got a hit song. Bamamelo. Oh, this is nice.
They do that.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice. Oh, okay. Take it to production. Oh, you wrote that song.
And suddenly their name appears.
Wrote, composed by so and so. Who is that person now?
They were not there.
They were not there. So it's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. That's why we encourage people to study, go to school, study the industry that you're getting into. Know why the industry can go. You must know this music industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Things have changed. We don't buy these things anymore. They're very difficult to find.
Yeah.
We don't even buy CDs anymore.
Yes.
CD shops are closed.
Yes.
So the only way I can access your music is through Spotify, and all of those type of services and iTunes. I buy a lot of music. Sometimes I get surprised at my bill every month with iTunes. I buy a lot of music, particularly because of my radio show.
Yes.
And what do you say to that? How has it affected people like yourselves? Because if I wanted a Rebecca Malope album, I wouldn't even know where to find a hard copy.
Yes.
You were saying you don't know where to find this.
Yes.
So how has it affected you? And how will it continue to affect young artists?
You know, we're learning this Spotify thing and all of that. It's new to us.
Yeah.
You know, we're still learning how that works and how to make money out
from
there.
it,
Because we still don't know how to make money out of that.
And your music is on Spotify.
Yeah, and how much royalty do you get from that?
Yeah.
And what percentage is that? How does that work?
Yeah.
We're still learning these things. It's still going to take time for us to get to really be really settled about it and
completely happy with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are some of us, I won't say abanya, some of us understand and they know how it goes.
How it works.
Some of us don't understand and it's new to us. So it's still gonna take time for us to really settle and feel at home about it. Yeah.
But naturally, while we're trying to understand it, the music must still continue.
The music must still continue.
Are you available for hire as a performer?
Yes. I mean, tomorrow I'm performing somewhere in Senton.
Listen to that.
Yes.
So these are, because of COVID, they are relatively smaller events.
Yeah, the corporate ones.
Yes.
They want you to come and we want you, mama. You can sing 4 songs.
Yeah.
It's okay. They don't.
It's not too much.
They don't even bother you. Give us your
your rate.
Your rates.
And your...
No, they don't negotiate. No. Yeah.
I like
whether
those.
It's one song, it's okay as long as you. Yeah, we'll pay you. How much do you want?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Full band, no backtrack, whatever.
No.
Yeah.
But a piano, do you have a piano?
Okay.
Just 2 songs, Nyana. Now you know, as an artist, which songs are these
They work
that
well
can
for
work
this, yeah.
with this, yeah.
Wow.
situation.
You know, I'm in awe at your career, probably now more than 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Because your story has to be one of the craziest life stories out
It's
there.
very crazy. Very crazy.
And the fact that we speak of it today, where smiling is a good thing.
Yes.
Do you sometimes think, and this is a very unfair question, do you sometimes think that your life needed that hardship for it to work out like it did?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe if it didn't have that, I wouldn't have been turned out like this.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I wouldn't know
You wouldn't know pain.
pain. If ngiyangithi bathi inhlupheke if ingakahlali kahle enyameni, yadle enyameni,
Yeah.
you will never understand life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because I know the pain and I don't want to go back there.
No, of course not.
No, I want to stay where I am now.
Yeah.
If God blesses me more, thank you. Hallelujah. Glory be to God.
Do you consider yourself a legend? I think you are.
I don't know. What is a legend?
Is someone whose success
Yes.
will live with us for a very, very long time.
Yes.
That's one. Two is someone whose success is consistent for a long, long time.
Hallelujah. Then I consider myself that one. Yeah. Yeah, they call me that and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my very little world, you are amongst the greatest we've had.
Amen.
And that bus is very empty. Ayigcwalanga le bus, yabulala abantu.
Yes.
And we consider them absolute stars. It's something I say all the time on radio. I say we're a very lucky nation that in our lifetime, we've experienced the greats like Abo Brenda,
Yes.
like Abo Hugh Masekela.
Yes. Abo Miriam Makeba.
And they lived in our time.
Yes.
We are very, very lucky people. Because you sometimes wonder, I wonder what happened before that.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
and I wonder what's going to happen after that.
Yeah.
But we have those people.
Yes.
And we still have a lot of them that are still with us today.
Yes.
The likes of Ntate
Kaifa
Kaifa
Semenya.
Semenya. Exactly.
Mamleta Mbuli.
They're still
Yes,
here
yes,
today.
yes, yes.
And when we look at them, what's his name? Sipho Hot Sticks
Mabuso
Mabuse.
Bo Yvonne Chaka Chaka, we've got.
We are very, very lucky people. And what do you say about this amazing South African industry called the music industry, that you are amongst the royalty in that family? When the bati royal abaye phambili, and you'll be amongst those. What do you say about it as a sign of thank you to this industry that has made the life that you live?
I would say, Mina, thank you for meeting people like Peter Tladi in this industry. I mean, the Clive Hardwicks and Abosizwe Zako, who really shaped me and believe in my talent and then make me the person that I am and be able to guide me. Bangibekezelele nakuma mistakes and be able to guide me ukuthi ngikwazi ukuba a success story. And thank you also to people of South Africa for embracing me. Yeah,
they could have ignored you.
Yeah, if they wanted to, for embracing me and love the style of music that I come with, and then they take me as their own.
Yeah.
And thanks to the world and Africa at large for loving me still. And until today, thank you for that love I receive every day. And lama jokes also, lama joke ma social media. I love you guys. I love you. And thanks to the music industry, honestly, thank you so much. It's a tough industry.
Yeah.
But the people, the support system that I got made me to stand out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It has done well for you.
Yes.
But I will say you have done more for it.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, because without itafula maishoti inyawo eliwani.
Yeah.
Useless.
Yes, true.
Asisebenzisi.
Yes.
Yeah, it becomes wood that we chop and turn into fire.
Of course.
Yeah, so you are a very strong leg on this table.
Amen.
And we truly appreciate you. We think, and we will always think, you're a legend. And
Thank you so much.
That's why you're here with us today.
I'm humble. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bahaitso, This is Lavderia. What is the other one?
Lavderia.
You have to say it right.
Batsogie.
Yeah, Batsogie.
Malope.
Ah, ke Malope.
Not Malope.
E seng Malope.
Malope. Na ke ngwana Mpolane.
Ah. What language, how is it good?
Ke sibe gantle Sepolane.
Yes.
Mara ke ngwana Mpolane.
Ngwana Mpolane,
Yes.
yeah. And
Ke Mashifane.
Mashifane. And a very proud one.
Yes.
Amazing. With all that drama, you're still
I'm
proud.
To have an identity is good.
Yeah.
I know children who don't know where they come from, how frustrated they are.
Yeah.
I know how depressed they are. For me to know
Where
who
you're
I
from.
am, where I come from, and being able to have that moment, talk to one-on-one with the person that brought me into this world,
You know?
who's my father.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So that moment was a blessing.
Yeah.
You look at it and say,
Yeah.
as angry as you were,
I was.
it was a blessing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It teaches all of us to forgive if somebody has wronged us.
Yes.
We-
Now I have peace.
We live a better life.
I have peace. If I didn't forgive him, I don't think I would have peace in
Yeah.
my, because I would always think about what I said.
That neighbor did a good job of
Yes.
calling you.
Yeah.
Utubabu yakula. Well done. Thank you very
Well done
much.
to Bud Ben. Who put Ben?
Oh, is that the neighbor?
Yeah, who put Ben at.
Yes, that said Ubabu yakula.
Yeah, thank you, Bud Ben.
And
Yes.
uktolile, you know, because
Yes.
stars are very difficult to find.
Yeah, Uktolile.
Uktolile. Thank you again, man.
Thank you, man. God bless you.
Thank you for allowing us your time. We appreciate it. It's the King David Studio podcast, and we are, today with a legend in my world. And I like to say thank you. We're recording this a day after Dade Grand Shakwane passed away, a very sad one.
Shame. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah, and he was the very, very, very first guest of this
shame.
thing that we are doing. He was the
Yes.
very first person to sit on that chair.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it. Thank you again.
I'm honored also. May his soul rest in peace, Shem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ra leboga mme.
Thank you, Papa.
It's sharp.
Thanks. And I'm here.
King David Studio Podcast.